Adrian Neville is the NXT champion, and Tyler Breeze, you have said in the past that when you face Adrian Neville,
get it right.
For you, that you're going to make the decision when that is.
Yeah, I told you I'm in control. He doesn't get to choose this; it's mine.
So when do you think you're going to maybe decide when you're going to face him? Do you have any idea?
I don't know, Renee. What's with the personal inquiries
I just thought maybe you'd have an idea.
Well, back off a little.
Weighing 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam!
Listen to the reaction by the NXT Universe for Mr. Monday Night himself, Rob Van Dam.
How could you not mean Tyler Breeze? You must be a fan of Rob Van Dam. Right?
Renee, are you going to say something interesting at some point here?
It's Rob Van Dam. It's Mr. Monday Night.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
A lot of people usually are. I don't know.
You do realize I'm #1 contender, right?
I mean, Adrian Neville is a huge fan of him. He grew up watching ECW. He's always been a fan of Rob Van Dam.
Well, you know what? I think both of them are fans of Tyler Breeze. If they're not, they're about to be.
Do either of them follow you on Twitter or Instagram?
Do you think I can really keep up with that?
Fair enough. You probably have a lot of followers.
Yeah, that's saying a little bit.
Show of sportsmanship there by Van Dam and Neville prior to this match. Of course, Rob Van Dam, a 6-time Intercontinental Champion. Van Dam has held the Tag Team Championships, the WWE Championship, and of course, really cut his teeth in ECW, Paul Heyman's old promotion in Philadelphia.
Absolutely, and you know, speaking of accolades, Tyler Breeze, I understand that your music videos won 3 MTV Euro Awards?
That is correct.
Do you have any other, maybe Emmy nominations? Maybe you'll get in the Grammy talks.
What do I look like, a future teller? All I know is I produced a masterpiece, okay? How many awards it wins, it's really not up to me at this point.
What were some of your musical inspirations when recording this single?
Did you watch the music video at all?
Yes, many
times. Because it clearly said inspiration Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze.
You had no outside influences?
Nope, none.
Oh, okay.
Well, Rob Van Dam said that he wanted to come to NXT to face the best of the future in the business. This is a non-title matchup, but certainly a good test for Rob Van Dam and a great test for Adrian Neville as well to see what he can do against one of the top competitors in WWE.
Well, Tyler, I feel like a lot of people feel like you're an underestimated superstar here. Is that something that bothers you, that people think that maybe you're just distracted as you are right now by your beautiful face?
Van Dam going hard down to the outside.
You say underestimated?
Yeah.
Underestimated. I'm the #1 contender.
No, I realize that, but I mean, heading into that, a lot of people weren't sure if you were going to be able to pull that out, and you did.
Yeah, I know. I proved to everyone at TakeOver that Tyler Breeze is not just a pretty face. I'm now, what was it? Oh, #1 contender.
Well, if at any time throughout this broadcast you would like to let me know when you want to challenge for the championship, we are all ears.
Guys, referee up to the 7 count. Van Dam finally back into the ring, taking a breather and trying to re-strategize for this matchup.
You know what, Renee? I know you have a lot of questions, but I've actually spent my entire life dealing with people like you, okay? Paparazzi, everyone wanting to know the inside scoop, and I'm not just going to dish it out for you, okay? You have to wait like the rest of it.
Hey,
the
look,
world.
I'm just trying to do my job, you know? I've got a couple questions to ask.
You know what?
I'm just interested about Tyler Breeze.
You do your job, and I'll do mine, okay?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you really think that I'm just going to give
Covering here, going for the win. Neville
Oh.
Unable to put away Van Dam early on here.
What a huge opportunity for Adrian Neville to be able to face his idol, Rob Van Dam.
Van Dam and Neville going nose to nose momentarily. Renee, you mentioned it early on that Adrian Neville is a big fan of Rob Van Dam. This almost has to be like a dream come true for him in some ways.
Absolutely. I mean, how can it not be? I mean, some of these guys, you have to have people that you look up to, and this is his big opportunity. Tyler, you will at some point be facing Adrian Neville. What level of concern do you have when this championship match happens?
I've
none
at all. None at all.
None at all. Not after what we've seen from Adrian Neville with Tyson Kidd. Now here he is with Rob Van Dam.
Look, Adrian Neville is the NXT champion for a reason, but I'm also...
Oh! Look at Van Dam going for the win here, and Adrian Neville able to kick out at 2.
I'm also the #1 contender for a reason.
Certainly, you're right, and that's still a big opportunity.
Oh, what a kick by Van Dam.
Tyler, how many views do you have on your music video now?
Renee, people are paying me millions of dollars for my life story. Why would I tell you anything?
Oh, here comes Rob Van Dam.
Are you going to be going on
Van Dam
tour?
over the top rope.
Are you going to be going on tour anytime soon? I know Beyonce and Jay-Z have a big tour coming up. Is that something maybe you're going to be able to open for them?
You know, if I have some downtime, I might do that.
Okay.
But at the moment, I'm focused on the NXT Championship.
Great.
Adrian Neville back into the ring to break the count. Now thinking of going up high here with the second rope.
Oh!
What a matchup here tonight. Rob Van Dam taking on the NXT champion Adrian Neville. This match rolls on after this. This matchup between Adrian Neville and Rob Van Dam continues here tonight on NXT. And, well, guys, before the break, we saw Adrian Neville going up high, and take another look here.
Ooh, wow. So explosive.
Get another look here. Look at the impact.
Wow. All right, now we are being joined by the #1 contender to Adrian Neville's championship here, Tyler Breeze. Tyler, what kind of pressures did you feel when you were making your music video? I mean, you wrote, produced, edited, starred in, most gorgeous in. What were the pressures in doing that?
You know what? I really compare the pressures to the same thing that Adrian Neville has right here. I am a champion of the music world, just like he's the champion of NXT. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I have the talent, you know?
Can we expect a full-length album at any point?
You know what? At this point, why?
If you're going to tour.
Van Dam getting Neville hung up on the top rope.
I don't think I really need it. This one hit's going to last for a while, Renee. We'll go from there.
Here comes Van Dam. Wow, what a kick.
I wouldn't say that worked out for Len so much, but...
Rob Van Dam, the established Lion.
The whole damn show.
And perhaps maybe a calculated risk by Van Dam. Again, said he wanted to kind of see what the competition has to offer here in NXT, but
You know,
the talent here in NXT has nothing to lose.
Tyler, what is it like going into a match with somebody that you have aspired to be like throughout your career?
Going for the victory here, Van Dam getting the 2 count on the NXT champion Adrian Neville in this non-title matchup.
Yeah, who's this that you're referring to? Because my inspiration's me. I try to be me.
You do a very good job at being you. You're you.
Of course I do.
I want to be like you.
Yeah, get real. You can't.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, right.
How impressed were you with Adrian Neville in his match with Tyson Kidd, though, to retain his championship?
Extremely impressed. Adrian Neville is the NXT champion.
Do you feel that you've had enough time to scout him out now?
Well, that's why I'm biding my time here.
Ooh.
I'm biding my time. I'm in control. I get to choose, and I get to see everything that he does, so I know how to reverse every single thing he does.
Guys, the NXT champion in trouble here. Adrian Neville a little staggered here. Needs to find an opening back into this matchup with Rob Van Dam.
Oof.
Van Dam going for the win here. Center of the ring. Is it enough? No.
Tyler, I can see that you still have your face in your own camera. Is there maybe a filter that you like to use the most when Instagramming or tweeting or staring at the reflection of your own face?
The only thing I'm doing on here, Renee, is I'm actually deleting the picture that I just took with you because I really didn't like the way it turned out. There was just too much of you.
That's a little bit rude.
Here comes Adrian Neville. Shoulders down here and a reversal by Neville. 2 count both times.
You and I have sent out photos before, and people actually think you and I look alike, so maybe take that into consideration.
Renee, it's the truth, okay? I'm just being honest here. If people are saying that you're as beautiful as me, then you should take that as a compliment, even though it's not true.
Okay.
Uh-oh, look out here. Neville hung up on the top rope.
Ooh.
And Van Dam working over the NXT champion.
Oh! Tyler, how difficult is it to go into a match with somebody that has such a similar style as you?
Is that a serious question? There's no one like
Van Dam
me.
going for the win, shoulders down, center of the ring, and Neville somehow able to get out of that pinfall attempt. And again, guys, Adrian Neville looks like he could be out on his feet here.
Wait, hold on. Are you comparing like the greatness of me to the greatness of Adrian Neville? Because he's kind of like me, but you know, I'm a little.
I actually wasn't.
I can't even finish that. I can't even get through that.
I wasn't actually talking about you there. I was talking about this match right now between Adrian
Oh,
Neville and
Adrian
Rob Van Dam.
Neville!
Are you still talking, Renee?
I just.
Oh, Neville with some big kicks. Finding some momentum late in this match.
Oh!
Neville digging deep. Adrian Neville, the man that gravity forgot, the NXT champion. Neville
Huge.
with a missile drop kick, going for the win.
This is
Isn't
such a
enough to put
huge
away Rob
opportunity.
Van Dam. Van Dam able to kick out.
For Adrian Neville to be able to prove himself on this stage with Rob Van Dam would be a huge, huge moment for him tonight.
Adrian Neville has a lot to prove here tonight.
Absolutely.
What about an NXT TakeOver when I had a lot to prove?
And you did. You
Here
did a great
comes
job
Neville.
with that.
Of course I did.
I think a lot of people were very pleased with you.
Wow, look at the
Oh.
athleticism. Adrian Neville going for the win. Isn't it enough? No. What will it take to put away Rob Van Dam?
Tyler, if you were in this situation, what would you do to be able to wrap up this match with Rob Van Dam?
Well, if I was in this match already, it would be over, and I would have won because I'm #1 contender. Did I mention that?
He's the NXT champion. He deserves this opportunity.
I'm the #1 contender, Renee.
There's a difference between those two.
Yeah, I know.
Again, this is a non-title matchup. Adrian Neville and Rob Van Dam. Adrian Neville has held the NXT championship for 119 days, and wow, Rob Van Dam with a big impact.
Here we go.
Here comes Rob Van Dam.
Oh!
The split-legged moonsault, and Neville knew it was coming. Small package. Isn't enough to put him away.
That's the
Van
beauty of
Dam
being
able
able
to
to
kick out.
watch someone your whole life growing up. You know how to counter their moves.
It's a battle of will at this point in this main event matchup here tonight on NXT.
Oh,
Renee, I watched myself my whole life, all right?
yeah, but you don't have to fight yourself, luckily.
Yeah,
Just.
I am lucky about that.
Oh, what a kick by Van Dam. My goodness, right into the chin of Adrian
Oh.
Neville. Guys, Adrian Neville, don't forget, he just had his teeth replaced
He
a few
sure
weeks back.
Yes.
Adrian Neville flat on his back in the center of the ring, and Rob Van Dam headed to the top rope, maybe thinking 5-star frog splash.
Oh!
And again, Neville able to get out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a main event this has been here tonight.
Whoa!
Oh! Is that enough to put away Rob Van Dam, the NXT champion? Now dragging Van Dam.
Here we go.
And Neville thinking Red Arrow, perhaps.
Keep a close eye on the NXT champion here, Tyler Breeze.
Here comes Adrian Neville, what an impact! Hook of the leg. And Adrian Neville knocks off Rob Van Dam.
Here's your winner, the NXT Champion, Adrian Neville.
What an amazing main event here tonight.
Amazing.
And Tyler Breeze, as the #1 contender, you got to be looking at that and saying, what does it take to beat Adrian Neville? Rob Van Dam thought he had it right here. Van Dam going with the frog splash from the top rope, and Neville knew he was coming with
avoided
it.
that one.
And Adrian Neville flying on his own, answering Rob Van Dam, the red arrow.
To secure the victory here for the NXT champion.
We saw Neville and Van Dam shake hands to start the match. And another display of sportsmanship.
That's called mutual respect, Tyler Breeze. This was such a huge moment for Adrian Neville to be able to secure this victory over Rob Van Dam, somebody who, you know, pretty much any WWE superstar has paid so much attention to everything Rob Van Dam has done during his career, and to come here and still own the house, which is his here at NXT.